Hello, good evening. Welcome to Stamford Bridge. My name's JB. I've hot-footed it across the Thames from the New Den, and I'm here in Stamford Bridge. Thanks to Russ for giving me an extra pass to get me into the ground tonight. He's your match commentator. We'll be crossing to him shortly, but we've got two non-leaguers through. Can Chesterfield, against all the odds, make it three? They've brought a lot of fans down. The guy from the men from Derbyshire who were semi-finalists back in 1997, nearly 25 years ago, would you believe, since they reached that semi-final and should have been in the final when they had a legitimate goal that went in off the crossbar disallowed or not given by then referee David Ellery. They're there in their thousands, the Chesterfield fans. They wouldn't have witnessed a day like this. But remember, 2015, Chelsea against Bradford. Bradford came back from 2-0 down and beat Jose Mourinho's men 4-2. So if you think this may be a foregone conclusion, I'd think again if I was you. This is the FA Cup. This is why we love the game. Look what's just happened up at St James's Park. Cambridge United of League One have just knocked out Newcastle on a high after signing Kieran Trippier, and they've just knocked him out of the FA Cup. Think of Kidderminster Harriers, who have just knocked out Reading. And we've had a super game at Oakwell, which is still going on because it's in extra time. Barnsley 5, Barrow 4. Terrific entertainment. Anyway, let's get a little bit of team news before the start with Russ Burnett. Good evening, RB. What's the significant changes to both sides? I'm sure Chelsea would have made a lot of changes, presumably, but we'll talk about them in a moment. What about the Chesterfield side? Unfortunately, Russ is not with me. We can't hear him, so...
JB, just lost connection for a second there, my friend.
Oh, you lost connection. We're sitting about 3 yards away. What's the latest team news? Let's start with Chesterfield.
Yes, and with Chesterfield, JB, the team news is that they've made a few changes to the team from last time out. Get back in as is Kroll back in. They're playing a back three today, 3-4-2-1 formation. Chelsea with a 5-2-3 formation for them. On the bench for Chesterfield, incidentally, JB, you'll have heard of Harry Maguire, and a lot of people have heard of Harry Maguire, the Manchester United
Oh, yes, I've
defender.
commentated on him many times.
His brother Lawrence Maguire is on the bench at Stamford Bridge for National League leaders Chesterfield. Tshimanga, who's one of the main targets of some Football League sides, is also up front for Chesterfield today. But in the Chelsea ranks, they're up against the Chesterfield side are up against some big names: Callum Hudson-Odoi, Hakim Ziyech, Christian Pulisic, Timo Werner, Romelu Lukaku, Saul, Kovacic. I'm not going to go through the rest, but there's some big names in there. Havertz, Loftus-Cheek, Jorginho are amongst those on the bench, as to his substitute goalkeeper, Kepa Arrizabalaga. He's not in goal today. I'll tell you the goalkeeper very, very shortly.
Thank you, Russ. So the attention here is building to a real crescendo. What a day for Chesterfield. I don't think they've had too many great days like this. They've fallen down the divisions. They've fallen on hard times, but they're looking to get out of the conference and back into the Football League, which the club and their fans feel they ought to belong. This little Derbyshire club, who, as I say, were a coat of paint away from reaching the final back in 1997 in one of the most remarkable cut runs in modern times. Well, they've brought 5,000 of them down from Derbyshire, and they're going to enjoy the trip there. They are packed nicely into the shed end away to my left-hand side here. It's a cold night, but it's a hot atmosphere. And if we get just as tense one as the other commentary we brought you earlier from the Den, then I think we'll be in for one hell of a game. It's not quite a full house at Stamford Bridge, admittedly, but I'll tell you what, the fans here, the Chesterfield fans who have made the journey, will add a lot more verve to the atmosphere here at Stamford Bridge. Great atmosphere. And it's nice to see Steve standing as well at the club back at Chelsea as well. And well used as well. So at the moment, in extra time, Brighton are winning 2-1 against West Brom. Rotherham winning 1-0 against QPR. And it's still Barnsley 5, Barrow 4. Their latest scores. I will tell you, and of course, we've seen shocks as the Stamford Bridge Stadium has now been plunged into darkness just for a split second before the teams come out. We will be crossing to Russ very shortly for the first half live for you. And of course, we'll be keeping you abreast of Swansea City against Southampton and Hull against Everton and Birmingham Plymouth, which Rebecca Walsh will be the first woman to take charge of an FA Cup third round game. And we wish Rebecca very much the best, very best of luck from everyone here at the TC Hub. But so Stamford Bridge plunging to doggers. Remember, Newcastle out, Burnley out, Watford have gone. That's just 3 Premier League teams have wheeled off in 2 seconds. But 2 of the non-leaguers are through. Boreham Wood are through. And so too are the lowest ranked team left in the FA Cup. Kidderminster Harriers knocking out Reading by 2-1. Cambridge as well. Terrific when you think about it. The teams are in the tunnel. Can Chesterfield make it a hat-trick of non-league sides in the hat? Or will Chelsea's extra quality and class tell? Let's hand over now to your match commentator as the teams are just about to come out here at Stamford Bridge. Let's hand over to your match commentator for this evening. It's Russ Vernon with all the team news and the first half.
Thank you very much, JB. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Stamford Bridge and welcome to the Current Jobs coverage of this Emirates FA Cup third round tie. We're across all TCO platforms, the Commentary Hub 2, Storm FM, JDAP Football, JB Sports, and we're also on the Commentary Hub on Twitch as well. We're no longer broadcasting across our Twitter feed, which is a Commentary Live 1. If you go on today and look for a tweet from earlier on this morning, you can click on one of those 2 links to come and join, take you to the page where you can click on the feed to listen to the game. Rotherham United and QPR is now 1 apiece. Lyndon Dykes with around about 115th minute, a few minutes to go before the dreaded P word at the Kayam Prince Foundation Stadium, and QPR are level now against the Millers. It looks like that could be going to could be going to penalties. We'll keep you across that one and updates from that. Both teams come out side beside Chesterfield, come walk across and go to the one from the other side to where Chelsea were from the tunnel. Chesterfield just making their way out, clapping the supporters who are housed to my left today. Chesterfield flags that here come Chelsea, which sees a few big names I mentioned in the team news at the beginning. We'll have a look at the 2 starting lineups in full in a minute or so as we get ready to watch this game between Chelsea and Chesterfield in the Emirates FA Cup third round action. Chesterfield and Chelsea will go head to head. It's Premier League against National League, and we're live with that throughout the next 2 and a bit hours as we get ready to look at the team news, starting with Chelsea's Bettinelli in goal. A back 4 of Hudson-Odoi, Christensen, Zaha and all. Pulisic, Kovacic, Saul Niguez and Ziyech. Lukaku and Werner up front. Jorginho, Kepa, Jorginho, Loftus-Cheek, Barkley, Aris, Baker, Simons, Bale, Webster amongst the substitutes for Chelsea. Silva and Contis absent due to COVID-19. As for Chesterfield then, James Rowe as their manager, is Loach in goal, who has done really, really well in recent weeks. Kerr, Gunning, Kroll is the back 3. Kroll back into the side today. It's King, Okalai, Weston, Killerman and Whittle in midfield. Khan and Tishamanga are up front today for Chesterfield. Tishamanga is being wanted in recent weeks by some Football League outfits. The bench for Chesterfield, which includes the brother of Manchester United defender Harry, is Lawrence Maguire. He's on the bench. Minter, Grimes, Miller, McCourt, Mandeville, Tyson, Asante and Payne. The referee is Jared Gillett, assisted by Wade Smith and Matthew Jones. Jay Smith is the fourth official. John Brooks on VAR, and Natalie Aspinall is the woman, should I say, alongside John Brooks as the two teams take the knee. Chesterfield are in their change strip of all red. Chelsea in their traditional blue, and white. And Chesterfield goes off and underway here on the Connor job in the FA Cup. As is an early throw then for Chesterfield on this near side, the Chesterfield right as we watch on. And it's with King to take. King will launch the throw in towards the penalty area. Is flicked onto the near post towards to Shamanga, who can't get an end of that there, and Chesterfield almost getting in round the back early on for Chesterfield. As we watch all pass the ball into Sarr across now is Christensen, and Sarr has it again. Here's All this time as All will look forward. He's got Hudson-Odoi to his left and he finds him now. Hudson-Odoi down the line is Kovacic, but across there is Kerr, who comes across really, really well to tidy up for the spy rights of the National League. There's been a goal in the other half-past-5 kickoff. Hull 1, Everton 0 after a minute. Tyler Smith with the goal there for the Tigers of the Championship. Their leading Premier League side. Everton is Hudson-Odoi in behind here for Chelsea. Into the penalty area, Callum Hudson-Odoi goes. Puts it back to Kovacic, whose shot is blocked behind for a corner. According to Jared Gillett, he did get a deflection there, so the referee did get that one spot on in the end. It is still nil early on here as we watch this game unfold. It's Hakim Ziyech to take this corner kick for Chelsea. Then near side, Chelsea's left as they look to attack. We go towards my left. This is a fired over the top there from Romelu Lukaku, and Hakim Ziyech's short corner almost caught out Chesterfield there. As that was a clever run from Romelu Lukaku. No one picked him up. I think it was Gavin Gunning who was meant to be picking him up there, the Chesterfield man who followed him across well but couldn't pick him up and couldn't keep hold of possession. Just to let you know, West Bromwich Albion have been beaten by 2-1 against Brighton of Albion. That Brighton have avoided an upset there after extra time. It was a Neil Maupay goal in extra time, which Brighton get through as Chesterfield almost got the ball through to Shimanga, who couldn't go on the end of that. Again, there it is. Chelsea coming forward. Here's All now. Lewis All, the youngster for Chelsea in the side today, clips it down the left-hand side, and Fraser Kerr just watches it run behind for a goal kick, which is going to be taken by Scott Loach. As the game at the Kyle Prince Foundation Stadium ends with a 1-1 draw, so penalties there. Rotherham appealed to want a penalty towards the end. The referee waved it away. Some of the Rotherham fans aren't happy with the refereeing decision there. As we see Tushimanga challenging up against Saul Niguez there. As Saul Niguez has possession again. Tushimanga trying to close him down. There's a slip there this time from Sadhu Khan, who can't get there, is now here was Kellerman who was closing down all there. Shimanga closes down Sarni, and Carr will come up against Christiansen, and it's not back into Loach from the left wing back Whittle, who can't get the ball clear well enough. His Chesterfield man, Curtis Weston, does well to turn away from his Chelsea counterpart, and he's over on that far side with balls in towards to Shimanga. Can't pull the ball across, looking for Khan inside the penalty area there, and Okalai in there too for Chesterfield. No could get out of it, but now Chelsea. This is where Chelsea can be dangerous on the counter attack. It's Kolisic. Hakim Ziyech takes the deflection onto Timo Werner, and Werner scores. And Chelsea take the lead. Chesterfield wanting offside. I'm not sure it's going to come against Timo Werner. The goal will stand for me. We'll have a look on the replay. But we have got VAR here at Stamford Bridge as we just watch this goal move again. Kovacic across in towards Werner. It's onside there for me, Timo Werner. But does it bounce up and hit his arm? Maybe. I'm not sure he did that either. Let's have a look at this again. That's a lovely one from Kovacic. Good ball in to Ziyech. His shot comes across, bounces, and then he bounces up off his foot maybe onto his arm, and then he scores. Let's have a look. No, he doesn't. And he goes onside, so that goal's going to stand. And Chesterfield all behind his head 6 minutes. And it's Chelsea 1, Chesterfield 0. And James Rowe side all behind the National League leaders, all behind the Stamford Bridge. And this now may open up traffic and open up a long, long way through for Chelsea now as Ziyech. Wonderful challenge there from Chesterfield as that ball is cleared away by the Spyrites there, and that was a Okaleke who came in with that superb challenge on Hakim Ziyech. And now James Rowe there watching on and giving some instructions to his team as Hudson-Odoi comes forward into Timo Werner, back in towards Hudson-Odoi. Comes to Lukaku, shot is blocked. And Chesterfield survive for now as Christensen has the ball over on that far side. Here's Hakim Ziyech. Ziyech is inside to Lukaku, edge of the penalty area. And there's a challenge there from felt on Okaleo there on Sound again, and he's out of control, and the referee, for me, had no doubt but to give him a yellow card there. Maybe Chesterfield may want a red, as it could be a red actually. Very, very late, I think, because of the timing of it, of when it was given, he's not going to give as a red card. It's a free kick to Chesterfield, nonetheless, which will be taken by Scott Loach, their goalkeeper. As Southampton take the lead as Swansea. Swansea 0, Southampton 1. Nathan Redmond with the goal on 8 minutes. Loach hits the ball forward for the Spyrites. Cleared away down that right and left hand side, and he's out for a throw there, and it's come off Pulisic's head, who was just holding his head for a moment because the ball smacked him in the face. There's a throw which will be taken by Witzel over there, and it was a penalty now for Chesterfield. And they've won a corner there of the Spyrites. Good play there from Kellerman over on that far side, and Kellerman did really, really well. Good feet and good strength to work his way through and win a corner. Centre backs Gunning and Kroll and Kerr come forward for this one for the Spyrites. Kerr's in there, Okale's in there as well. Also in there is Gavin Gunning. He'll be taken by King. Flicked in towards the near post, is put behind off a Chesterfield man in the end. I think it was Kellerman in there at the near post. and he put it behind for a goal kick to Chester to Chelsea against Chesterfield. Is 3-2 to QPR on penalties as penalties are in progress. Now the Kyle Prince Foundation Stadium, not far away from Stamford Bridge to be in fact. Here's Hudson-Odoi for Chelsea though. Into the path of Malenga Sarr. Sarr into Hudson-Odoi. Hudson-Odoi will control well and play the ball back to Vale. Good ball into Sarr. And Sarr will keep hold of possession for Chelsea. Chelsea with Werner now. Spread the ball out wide and it's Hakim Ziyech. Here's Saul Niguez. Sarr. All. Hudson-Odoi. All again. Does well. Does all. It's on there now for a throw. As Rotherham have missed a chance to equalise on penalties at Prince Foundation Stadium, I am told. As he's Hakim Ziyech for Chelsea. Shot saved by Lurch and is just kept in there. Killer man there now. King can try and clear. Comes off of Saul Niguez. And it's saved by Lurch's. A good, fantastic stop from the Chesterfield stopper. QPR have now missed a penalty kick as well at the Kyle Prince Foundation Stadium. Still 3-2 for the Championship side against the League One side at the Kyle Prince Foundation Stadium. We'll keep you across all the other matches taking place right now. Any penalties as well, we'll keep you across that one as well. As there's a free kick to Chesterfield here at Stamford Bridge. Chesterfield will get Gunning, who's the captain, coming forward, along with Kroll and Kerr as well. Chesterfield to take a free kick. A ball is chipped in towards the penalty. Towards to Shimanga. Shimanga. And what a challenge in there from Kerr there to keep Chelsea pending in the side of the penalty. I can tell you, after extra time, Barnsley have progressed. Barnsley 5, Barrow 4. What a game it was there. Coyotes has scored to take it to sudden death. Adoma then stepped up in sudden death for QPR to put them back in the lead. And then Akima Doffin has scored for the Millers as well. It is 4-4 between QPR and Rotherham on penalties. We'll keep you across that. When we kind of Chesterfield trying to break down that far side, nothing given, nothing to it there, nothing really much. And then here come Chesterfield with the ball in towards the penalty. No one at the far post. Shimanga was in the near post. No one at the back post to help him out there. Luke Amos scores for QPR. Next up then for the Millers. We'll have to see who's stepping up in a minute for Rotherham. Or whether the Millers will go out on penalties. As we watch this game unfold here. This evening. Jamie Lindsay scores for Rotherham. Penalty still going down at the Conference Foundation Stadium. I'll keep you across that as we'll just see the Chelsea goal again through Timo Werner. So again, Chesterfield feeling for an handball, nothing given, and Chesterfield feeling for a free kick. The guy giving a free kick for a foul by Callum Hudson-Odoi rather than an handball. As we watch this game unfold, nothing from that came from that free kick for Chesterfield. Straight out of play for a throw to Chelsea. All is being put under a bit of pressure and he gets away from it. He does really well there, the Chelsea youngster. Good play this from the Chelsea youngster to get it away. And then Chesterfield win the ball back through Cable then to Shimanga's gone down. And Pulisic has had to be stopped because of an head injury. And I won against number 28, Sadu Khan, who's down. I beg your pardon. Because an arm in the back of the head from Sal Niguez, who's already on a yellow card. Chelsea have the ball back, stay possession when the referee stopped it. As now is Hudson-Odoi for Chelsea to keep hold of possession. Who lead by a goal to nil thanks to Timo Werner's goal after 6 minutes. Soundagaze was booked on 8 if you're just joining us. We've played 16 minutes. It's Chesterfield who are trailing by a goal to nil. They're sitting top of the National League coming into this fixture today, and Chesterfield have been on really good form of late. 3 wins and 2 draws from the last 5 matches, same as Chelsea, so the form is identical. They're playing a similar formation as well. Chelsea a 3-4-2-1, Chesterfield a 3-4-3. As we see Sarr come forward for Chelsea into Werner. Werner slipped on the ball but managed to keep hold of it. And now it's out wide with Callum Hudson-Odoi. Hudson-Odoi goes inside the penalty area. Callum Hudson-Odoi goes for goal! Oh my word, what a goal! Absolute pure genius from Callum Hudson-Odoi. And that's a superb curling effort into the penalty, to the bottom corner. And Chesterfield are behind by 2 goals to nil. As we watch this game unfold, superb goal from Callum Hudson-Odoi. As we watch this game unfold this afternoon, or this evening, depending where you are in the world. Chesterfield, Chelsea 2, Chesterfield 0 is the scoreline here. On the commentary hub. Commentary hub 2, JB Sports, JDAF Football, and over on our Twitch channel as well. Chelsea 2, Chesterfield 0 is the scoreline here at Stamford Bridge if you're just tuning into us. Hope everyone can enjoy the coverage and can hear the coverage well as we watch this game unfold. And it's 3-0 Chelsea. Romelu Lukaku has scored. Luis Saul did well down the left hand side. And Chelsea have made it 3-0. And a superb goal from the Chelsea man who makes it 3-0. Wonderful play. And that's a superb goal. Keller and Kerr trying to play out from the back for Chesterfield. Kellerman trying to knock it back to Kerr to clear it away. He didn't get much onto it, Kerr. And then it was All who played it across. An assist for the young man as he teed a Romelu Lukaku to score past Scott Lurch, who lead by 3-0. As we watch this game unfold, as we see QPR have edged past Rotherham on penalties by 8-7 on penalties after a 1-all draw. Hull City 1, Everton 1 is a full time. Is a latest score. Demar on 21 minutes with the goal there as we're into 21 minutes here at Stamford Bridge, where it's Chelsea 3, Chesterfield 0. Great game to watch as it's almost into Romelu Lukaku, who can't keep hold of possession. As we watch the game unfold at Stamford Bridge this evening. As we see Chelsea take on Chesterfield by at Stamford Bridge. They're leading 3-0, 22 minutes gone here. And he's out of play for a throw to Chelsea. Should be a good game at Stamford Bridge as we watch this game unfold. Here's Sarr, who has possession for Chelsea, coming forward over halfway. Here's now Christensen. Out further is Ziyech. Ziyech with possession, and he keeps hold of the ball well. And it's out of play for the throw, which has been taken quickly and over to All now on this left hand side. Good bit of play. This is All keeps hold of possession. We're live across the TC Hub, Storm FM, TC Hub 2, JDAT Football, JB Sports, and also on the Twitch feed as well. Mike has been in touch. Stevenage won by 3-1 earlier. We'll get the classified check for JB at half time on some of them, on some of the matches as well. JB presenting the coverage today as Chelsea with possession with All just coming forward over towards halfway. Here's Hudson-Odoi who plays the ball forward towards Werner, and then Chelsea are putting a bit of pressure on the Chesterfield backline. Chesterfield trying to settle themselves down a little bit. They've been under a bit of pressure since the opening whistle as Kroll just watches the ball go out of play for a goal kick to Chesterfield. If you're just joining us, goals from Callum goes from Timo Werner, Callum Hudson-Odoi and Romelu Lukaku of Chelsea into a 3-goal lead against Chesterfield. Elsewhere in the other matches that kicked off at this time, or as the scores as they are, we'll run you through those scores in a second or so as we watch this game unfold now. So we'll just latest scores is Birmingham 0, Plymouth 0, Hull 1, Everton 1, Swansea 0, Southampton 1 and Yeovil 0, Bournemouth 0. As we watch this game unfold at Stamford Bridge, where it's Chelsea 3, Chesterfield 0, 25 minutes gone here. And about 20 minutes to go till half time or thereabouts. As Chelsea with Sarr just coming forward over halfway inside the Chesterfield half, near side this left, as the ball is through towards Vinny. Let the ball run through, was trying to turn his man. Chelsea couldn't go on the end of it, and he's through to the goalkeeper Loach, who does really well to keep their advantage. Chelsea 3, Chesterfield 0 is the scoreline here if you're just joining us. The Chelsea captain today, if you're wondering, is Mateo Kovacic, as Chelsea will come forward with Sarr up towards halfway. Kovacic does well. And good bit of play this as the ball goes out of play for a throw to Chelsea, which all leaves for Hudson-Odoi to take. It goes back to the youngster who is played well so far in the opening few minutes. Got an assist for Romelu Lukaku's goal, so he must be having a decent start. Lewis Hall, who was on the bench against Tottenham in the EFL Cup semi-final first leg, which Chelsea won by a 2-goal. So was on the bench against Liverpool in the 2-2 draw in the Premier League in the beginning of the month as well. Was Lewis Hall. Really good player, it seems, from what I've been watching so far. As we watch Chelsea take on Chesterfield in the FA Cup, as it stands, no upset in this game, as there were at St James's Park, where Kieran Trippier made his Newcastle debut earlier today. But now here is all back. It goes well to Bettinelli for Chelsea. Now he finds Sarr, and Sarr will come forward into Christensen. Back he goes to Sarr and he feeds all. And now here's Kovacic. Teo Kovacic with a through ball looking for Lukaku. But Chesterfield read that situation well, and Weleke keeps sort of pressure on the Chelsea man and has forced him to play backwards. He's the edge now over the far side, the right, back into Sarr, as Chelsea had to play back to him a moment or two ago. He is all now coming forward. Here's Hudson-Odoi, who's barged over by his opposite number, Jeff King, who goes into the book. As you see this here, there's just frustration. The ball had gone. He knocked it back to all there did Hudson-Odoi, and then that's when King came in on him, and yellow card was the correct call by the referee Jared Gillett. Jan Valery has been sent off for a second yellow card as Southampton still lead Swansea by a goal to nil, but they're now down to 10 men or the Premier League outfit against the Championship outfit. Here's Kovacic though for Chelsea coming forward. Here's Timo Werner and he's lob behind for a corner. Off Kerr. And Chelsea are doing really, really well so far as Chelsea 3, Chesterfield 0. Coming towards the half-hour mark in the first half. Almost 30 minutes gone, or almost the final 15 minutes of that first half being played here. To Paul there, who's tuned in. He'll be back in the com box tomorrow as Nottingham Forest take on Arsenal, which will be alongside JB. As a ball is fired just wide of the post there. Chelsea 3, Chesterfield 0 is the scoreline as we watch this game unfold. As Chelsea and Chesterfield are going head to head as here's Timo Werner with the low cross in towards Lukaku, who fires just wide, and Romelu Lukaku that's the second chance. He's fired it wide. Paul says he's looking forward to being in touch with the channel and being involved with the commentary tomorrow. Second time on the channel for him. After his debut at the beginning of the year as on the Crystal Palace match. The ball is there forward here by Chelsea. By Chesterfield, should I say. That's a lovely ball down the line to Shamanga, the Chesterfield forward, wanted by number Football League clubs as that cross comes in towards penalty. It's headed away, breaks towards the penalty spot, but Chelsea can come away. Here's Lukaku, who's got Werner racing ahead of him. But Ziyech coming forward, the overlap as well. It's Lukaku, edge of the box for Kovacic. Can't pick out the return pass. And it's claimed by Loach in the end and appeals for offside from the Chesterfield crowd. Well, Chesterfield bench and crowd team and crowd, should I say there. As we watch this game, can Chesterfield come from 3-0 down and be another team to cause a shock in the FA Cup? We've already had some shocks today. If you don't want to hear what shocks are, at half time, turn off, we'll make yourself a drink and come back in time for the second half of this. Because JB will read out the scores from the FA Cup at half time. As a shot comes in from Walekai and he was just wide there from the Chesterfield man who latched on to the flick on from Fraser Kerr as he come back to the edge of the penalty. And I think Bettinelli may have got a fingertip to it. And that's what Chesterfield were claiming anyway. He didn't get a fingertip to it. And it wasn't deflected. He went wide from Manny Walekai, the Chesterfield midfielder. As here, Chesterfield coming forward. Good work here into the path of Fraser Kerr. Kerr coming forward and closing down his Chelsea man. It's all into Sarr. All again. And there's a space in behind for Lukaku to race onto this ball down the line. The flag stayed down as Chesterfield wanted a offside against the big Belgian striker. Looked like he touched the arm of Lukaku in there as well, but Chesterfield have got the ball back as Hudson-Odoi slips. As up towards to Shimangu, trying to go and end of that, but Starr reads the danger well and knocks it back into the path of Bettinelli via his head. All are now trailing by 2 goals. When Everton have turned it around, Andre Gomez with the goal. Then Yeovil trailed by a goal to Bournemouth. Emiliano Marcondes on 19 minutes. The difference there. Ziyech goes down. Jared Gillett on the spot says, no, foul there. So the Chesterfield man did really, really well there to defend against the VAR having a with Jared Gillett just to a check. I'll have a check myself. It was just outside the penalty area anyway. No free kick and definitely no penalty. Ziyech goes down as a free kick to Chelsea midway inside their own half. And Chesterfield have given them a go. Curtis Weston has helped him out and get past a couple of players. There was another shock earlier in the day. We already mentioned about Newcastle being knocked out by League One Cambridge. Was it really a shock, this one though? Huddersfield knocking out Premier League strugglers Burnley. Sorry JB for that one, for bringing that one up there, and sorry to you as well, Paul. As we watch this game unfold. Chelsea 3, Chesterfield 0 is the scoreline as we watch on. And now here's all for Chelsea. Back into Sarr, who's keeping all the possession. Yeah, it's Sarr again for Chelsea. Coming forward into Christensen. Over on that far side, on the overlap is Ziyech. Ziyech inside to Werner. Werner back to goal and runs at the Chesterfield back line. There's a slip there from Kerr, who was about to put pressure on Werner, and he forces him back. Despite slipping there, did Fraser Kerr. And the shot is wide. In the end, from Kovacic's shot, was a corner, which is taken quickly by Ziyech into the edge of the penalty area. Tees up all. Shot comes back out to Christensen. It's 4. Andreas Christensen makes it 4-0 to Chelsea. And that's his second goal for Chelsea as well. For the Danish man, Andreas Christensen. It was an header. Hudson-Odoi teed up to Lewis Hall. Initially, shot saved. Back out to Christensen. Who heads it in. Palmed it into the danger area there, did Loach. You're not taught to do that, you're taught to palm it away from the danger area. The Chesterfield stopper didn't do that, and Chelsea are now 4-0 up inside 39 minutes. And if Chesterfield are not careful, this could be, if Chelsea wanted to, a cricket score in the end, as the saying goes. But yeah, it's Chesterfield battling back hard, trying to get the ball forward, deflect out for a throw. Paul commented about the Huddersfield winner, winner, winner more earlier against his Burnley side. He says it's depressing, but he has to say he is not surprised. I'm not, and I don't think JB is surprised either. As here is a throw for Chelsea to be taken by Callum Hudson-Odoi. Back he goes to all across towards Bettinelli. Chested down as Bettinelli. To Shimanga puts him under a bit of pressure, but Chesterfield can't find the elusive goal just yet to give their fans something to cheer about. It's Saw who opts around after a foul by Kellerman, who stood on his foot. Saw there, Mason Mount there, as to Ross Barkley, who is on the substitutes bench today. Mason Mount not involved. As I mentioned about Lawrence Maguire, the brother of Aaron Maguire, on the bench, there's a man on this Chesterfield bench who, back in 2017, recorded an interview of when he played in a match in a different competition against Rotherham. He's now on the bench at a Premier League outfit. He's John McCall for Chesterfield. Still, the scores, as I've mentioned so far, quickly run you through those scores on the doors from the evening kickoffs in the FA Cup. Birmingham 0, Plymouth 0, Chelsea 4, Chesterfield 0, Hull 1, Everton 2, Swansea 0, 10-man Southampton 1, and Yeovil 0, Bournemouth 1 are the latest scores. As Lurch makes a comfortable stop this time, a whip from Ziyech's effort. After Hudson-Odoi set up, played into Kovacic, all the way across to Ziyech. And it was a tame effort and from Ziyech, and one of those that you would call a routine save for the Chesterfield goalkeeper as well. Coming up towards half time, it's Chesterfield 4, Chelsea 4, Chesterfield 0. So I almost said Chesterfield 4, Chelsea 0. You can clip that one, Chesterfield fans. I said you scored 4 goals at Stamford Bridge and we're leading by a goal to nil, and we're leading by 4 goals to nil a moment ago. Clip that if you want. As here's Werner in towards the penalty area. Callum Hudson-Odoi. Hakim Ziyech. Does really, really well. Here is Kovacic on to Ziyech. Ziyech giving the ball away into the path of Gunny Nucleus. All coming forward. He's wanting to score today, all I think. Here's Lukaku. No penalty for a foul on Christian Pulisic, who just went down. We'll have a look at it though, as we have got those 3-letter words in operation here at Stamford Bridges. To Shimanga, just puts the ball in, he's headed away by All. And he's out of play for a throw. to Chesterfield. Chelsea 4, Chesterfield 0. As we watch this game unfold here, here's Werner. Does well. Here's Lukaku. Lukaku on towards the door, in towards the penalty. Callum to the door. Shot blocked. Chelsea looked though there in the corner there. He didn't go out according to the referee, Jared Gillett, or his assistant on this near side looking down the line. It was a close call now as we enter stoppage time at the end of the first half. And I think we weren't expecting I was thinking probably about 1 minute at a time. And that's what we have got. It looked initially though as the referee, as the fourth official, Mr. John Brooks, Mr. J. Smith, should I say, had signalled 4 minutes. Jagged only wanted 1. So we have got the 1 in the end. John Brooks is down at Stockley Park watching for any VAR contentious moments, which hasn't been any of yet. Just a reminder that VAR will check everything. Just a reminder if Chesterfield come back, score 4 unanswered goals in the second half, then it will go to extra time and potentially penalties. And there is the half-time whistle then at Stamford Bridge, and Chelsea lead by 4 goals to 0 and is pretty comfortable in the end for Thomas Tuchel's side. The opener's going on 6 minutes through Timo Werner for Callum Hudson-Odoi, double the lead on 18 minutes. Lukaku then scored to make it 3-0 after good work from Lewis Hall on 20 minutes, and then Andreas Christensen headed up from the rebound after Lewis Hall's initial effort was pushed away. But at the break here at Stamford Bridge, it is Chelsea 4, Chesterfield 0. You're listening to the commentary up. Back over to JB.
And you are listening to JB. Thank you, Russ. And I feel for Chesterfield in a way. It was always going to be a tough test. We tried to give them as much hope as we could, but Chelsea have just been ruthless today. But so too have Everton. They've actually got a little bit of their mojo back. They were 1-0 down against Hull City. They're now leading 2-1 as they've just blown for half time then at the KCOM Stadium. Let's just bring you up to date with all the late kickoffs before we give you the rest of the day's results. Half time at St Andrews, Birmingham City 0, Plymouth Argyle 0. Chelsea, as you just heard, 4-0 up against Chesterfield. Hull City 1, Everton 2. Swansea 0, Southampton 1 is also an half-time score. And they play 32 minutes at Yeovil as Yeovil trail Bournemouth by 1-0. So that keeps you up to date with all the latest scores from around the country. Let's get a full classified check from all the other results played today. Starting with the FA Cup, sponsored of course by Emirates. Mansfield 2, Middlesbrough 3. Bristol City 0, Fulham 1. Burnley 1, Huddersfield 2. Coventry City 1, Derby County 0. Hartlepool 2, Blackpool 1. Millwall 1, Crystal Palace 2. Barnsley 5, Barrow 4, that was after extra time. Orwell Wood 2, AFC Wimbledon 0. Kidderminster Harriers 2, Reading 1. Leicester City 4, Watford 1. Newcastle 0, Cambridge United 1. Peterborough 2, Bristol Rovers 1. Port Vale 1, Brentford 4. Queen's Park Rangers 1, Rotherham United 1. That finished after extra time. QPR winning 8-7 on penalties. West Bromwich Albion 1, Brighton and Hove Albion 2 after extra time. And Wigan 3, Blackburn 2. The Women's Super League game between Aston Villa women and Everton women, that's postponed. League 1, Wycombe Wanderers 3, Sunderland 3. Accrington Stanley 1, MK Dons 1. Cheltenham 1, Burton 1. Doncaster 0, Fleetwood 1. Gillingham 0, Ipswich 4. And Lincoln 2, Oxford 0. League 2, Carlisle 2, Bradford 0. The game between Colchester and Rochdale was postponed due to a waterlogged pitch. Newport 0, Salford City 2. Northampton 0, Crawley 1. The game between Holdham Athletic and Sutton United postponed again with a waterlogged pitch. Stevenage 3, Walsall 1. Tranmere 4, Scunthorpe 0. Panorama National League. Aldershot 1, Maidenhead 1. Barnet 1, Altrincham 1. Bromley 2, Solihull Moors 1. The game between Dover Athletic and Notts County, that was postponed due to a waterlogged pitch. FC Halifax Town 4, Eastleigh 0. Kingsley, the game between Kingsley and Woking, that's also been postponed. Again, waterlogged pitch. Torquay 2, Dagenham and Redbridge 2. Weymouth 0, Southend 1. And the game between Wrexham and Boreham Wood, of course, that's been postponed because Boreham Wood are competing in the FA Cup today and have won. The game between Fylde and National League North, the game between Fylde and York, Telford United Southport, and Alfreton Town against Kettering, all postponed. Brackley 1, Hereford 0. Bradford Park Avenue 1, Chester 0. Curzon Ashton 3, Blythe Spartans 2. Farsley Celtic 0, Darlington 6. Gateshead 0, Chorley 1. Gloucester City 0, Boston United 0. And Spennymoor Town 2, Guiseley 1. In the National League South, Billericay 1, Maidstone United 1. Chelmsford 1, Bath City 0. Chippenham Town 6, Slough 1. Dartford 1, Dulwich Hamlet 1. Dorking Welvers 2, Braintree 1. Hampton and Richmond 2, Concord Rangers 1. Hemel Hempstead 1, Hempsfleet United 3. Oxford City 0, Eastbourne Borough 2. Tunbridge Angels 2, Hungerford Town 1. And Welling United 2, St Albans City 3. And now into Scotland with the Scottish Championship. Ayr United 1, Arbroath 0. Hamilton Academicals 2, Partick Thistle 2. Inverness Caledonian Thistle 1, Rafe Rovers 1. Green at Morton 5, Dunfermline 0. Queen of the South 0, Kilmarnock 2. League 1 in Scotland, Airdrie 3, East 5 0. Clyde 0, Cove Rangers 1. Falkirk 6, Dumbarton 2. Montrose 1, Alloa Athletic 1. And the game between Queen's Park and Peterhead today, match postponed due to, you guessed it, waterlogged pitch. Scottish League 2, Stirling Albion 0, Kelty Hearts 3. Albion Rovers 1, Stenhousemuir 2. Cowan Beef 1, Annan Athletic 3. And Forfar Athletic 3, Stranraer 2. In the Highland League, the games there's just one game couple of games taking place, but the games between Carcudden and Lossiemouth, Force Mechanics and Borough Rangers, Port William against Nairn County, Fraserburgh against Buckie Thistle, Huntley against Everton Vale, Robs against Innerville Local Works, I hope I got that right, Traspray Spittle and Turriff United, well, you know what I mean, they're all postponed anyway. Anyway, there were two games that survived. Four Martine 1, Brechin City 0, and Wick Academy 3, Keith 2. Lowland League, Bowness United 2, Cumbernauld Colts 1, Bonnyrigg Rose 2, the Spartans 2, Broomhill 3, Gretna 1, Civil Service Strollers 1, Gara Fairydean 1. The game between East Kilbride and the University of Stirling, that's been postponed. Edinburgh 0, East Stirlingshire 3. And the games between Rangers Beendale, Beatty Star, and Vale Leven and Berwick Rangers, again, all games postponed. Right, Irish Cup, and it's Knockbreda 0, Dungannon Swifts 2, Queen's University 2, Newington 0, Ballymanard 2, Hards Rangers 0, Ballyclare 0, Carrick Rangers 2, Ballymena 2 rather, Logow 0, Bangor 0, Larne 5, Cliftonville 5, Alan McGee 0, Coleraine 6, the Windmill Stars 0, Dergview 2, Glentoran 3, Dundela 3, Ards 2, Harland and Wolf Welders 1, Almar United 2, Institute 0, Port Stewart 1. Linfield 4, Oxford Sunnyside 0. Portadown 2, Lombardy United 0. And finally, Warren Point 1, Newry City 2. And in La Liga, a couple of results there. Levante 2, Mallorca 0. Real Sociedad 1, Celta Vigo 0. Granada and Barcelona at half-time, 0-0 with that one. And Real Madrid against Valencia kick-off at 8 o'clock British time. In the German Bundesliga, it finished Bayer Leverkusen 2, Union Berlin 2, Red Bull Leipzig 4, Mainz 1, Freiburg 2, Armenia 2, Sprague Grunner Fürth 0, VfB Stuttgart 0, and Hoffenheim 3, Augsburg 1, Eintracht Frankfurt 2, Borussia Dortmund 0 is a half-time score. No games at the moment in League One. There was a postponement for COVID reason between Lille and Lorient, and Lens against Rennes kick off at 8 o'clock. And that brings you almost bang up to date with all the football this afternoon. I hope you're very much enjoying that. So that's basically what we've come up with at the moment. So at the moment, Chelsea 4. These are half times. Just to remind you, let me just tell you what's been happening in that first half. Birmingham City 0, Plymouth 0, Chelsea 4, Chesterfield 0. In the whole Everton game, Smith put Hull in front after 1 minute. Then Damari Gray equalised to 21 minutes. And then 10 minutes later, Andre Gomez made it 2-1 to Everton, who really do need a win to keep the pressure off Rafa Benitez. A good cut run usually helps. In the game at Swansea, between Swansea and Southampton are actually down to 10 men in that game. Valeri has been sent off on the half hour for 2 bookable offences, but however, they still lead by a goal to 0. Nathan Redmond with the goal on 8 minutes. And currently it's 1-0 to Bournemouth. They've played 41 minutes. McConey's has put the championship leaders ahead. Chris Meppen with the assist. So we should be hopefully coming out at the moment. Let's just give you one or two of the shocks that have happened, and none more so than at St James's Park, Newcastle, where Cambridge United have actually won the game. Yes, won the game against all the odds. Ironside, that's a famous name, isn't it? From an old wheelchair detective from the 70s. Well, it wasn't him who scored. He was fully capacitated, and he scored the winning goal after 56 minutes of that game. Ironside with the goal, and it put Newcastle in front. Joe Ironside, who actually grew up idolising Alan Shearer, would you believe? He got the winning goal to send Newcastle out of the cup. Also, we've got a topsy-turvy game at Oakwell today. Barnsley 5, Barrow 4 after extra time. You could not begin to write the script. Anderson and Williams have put Barnsley 2 up at the break and in between those 2 goals, Beadling had been sent off for the visitors. And then all of a sudden, Banks pulled one back. Burnley Loney, Driscoll, Glennon got another back after 78. Then Cole scored after 83 to make it 3-2. Then Jones equalised 4 minutes from time. And then Morris scored at the end, and then Kay scored at the end. It was unbelievable. And in fact, Marquez has just put more of 2-0 up, apparently, we're just hearing. And then in extra time, you wouldn't believe it, Morris scored the winning goal on 102 minutes. It was one of the greatest cup ties, it has to be said, of all time. Earlier today, Burnley 1, Huddersfield 2, and I'm afraid it was appalling looking at the highlights, and I looked at them later. It's another sorry display for Sean Dyche's men. Sean Dyche wasn't at the turf today through COVID, but Jay Rodriguez have put them ahead after 28 minutes with a close range header. But Cromer with a good finish after 74, and then Pearson unmarked at the back post, heading in 3 minutes from time. And you've got to give Huddersfield their fair dues, as much as me and Paul will moan about it. It was a deserved win for Huddersfield, and we wish them well in the next round. So well done, Huddersfield, there. In the old Premier League game at the King Power, Leicester City 4, Watford 1, so the holders safely through. Telemans with a penalty on 7 minutes, Madison on 25. Then Pedro pulled one back for Watford a minute later. And then Harvey Barnes and Mark Albrighton 5 minutes from time, sealing their passage through to the 4th round. So the holders through. Another non-league team through, Kidderminster Harriers. What a great moment for them. But they had to come from behind. Oh, Puskas. Yes, not Fred and Puskas of a few years ago, but Puskas for Reading put the Royals ahead on half time, the stroke of half time. But then Agbury really came to life when Austin equalised 21 minutes from time. Morgan Smith getting the winner on 82 minutes. They had to endure a massive 12 minutes of stoppage time at Agbury, but they got through in the end by 2-1. A terrific performance from them. And also through as well is Boreham Wood. 2-0 winners over AFC Wimbledon. Marsh and Clifton with the goals there. And Boreham Wood are now in the fourth round of the FA Cup for the very first time in their history. A big well done to Boreham Wood. They have looked really, really good. And you've got to say terrific. And they've actually yet to concede a goal in the tournament, which is absolutely amazing. So, plenty of shocks happening there. Middlesbrough through, Fulham through, of course, after extra time. Coventry beat Derby. But that's most of the shocks covered. Peterborough through against Bristol Rovers. Well, there's just some of the cup stories that that have happened since lunchtime. And, well, boy, we could be in for something very special. Unfortunately, at Stamford Bridge at the moment, it's not looking good for Chesterfield, who are the third non-leaguers. Well, at the start, they were aiming to be the third non-league team to make it through, alongside Boreham Wood and the lowest-ranked team left in it, Kidderminster Harriers. It doesn't look as if the National League leaders are going to get there unless they, for some bizarre 4-goal swing the other way in the second half. I can't see any other winner from Chelsea, but Chelsea at the moment. But you never know. Football has a funny way of working things out. Can Chesterfield pull off the mother of all miracles and get back to force extra time, or will Chelsea just extend their lead to a cricket score? Well, let's get back to Russ Burner to find out what's going to happen in this second half. It's all yours, Russ.
Thank you, JB. As Chelsea is set to make a couple of changes, I am hearing it's going to be Christian Pulisic is going off, and I think it's Pulisic and Lukaku going off for Barkley and Aves. But Chester would have made a couple of changes themselves first and foremost, which I can just tell you about, as Khan and King have made way, and they've replaced by Mandeville and Miller. Mandeville scored in his last appearance for Chesterfield. Ruben Loftus-Cheek is on for Chelsea. So too is Kai Havertz, is Lukaku and Kovacic, who are the men who have gone off, not Pulisic. So Lukaku and Kovacic off for Chelsea, with Loftus-Cheek and Havertz coming on. Now, so it's just got even worse now for Chesterfield with the calibre of players Chelsea are bringing on this evening. So Chelsea with a couple of subs as the second half is off and underway, as I've just finished a bit of half-time something to eat. See if anyone can guess what I've had to eat, and I'll let you know when about the 60th minute mark, if you are correct. What do you think I've had to eat at half-time? The Chelsea changes, just to confirm, as I mentioned, Loftus-Cheek and Havertz on, Kovacic and Lukaku off. Mandeville is on full. Caban goes through. Shamander's through. So gets the ball, but then, for me, Battinelli has just took out the striker. As we're just watching this again, love the ball through for Shamanga. He's definitely took out there by the goalkeeper after the ball had already gone. That's a foul for me. Should be a free kick to Chesterfield. The referee's not giving it. As Mandeville and Miller came on for Khan and King. King had picked up a booking in that first half, so I reckon that is the reason why. Alex Whittle is on the ground in challenge with all, as we see this incident again. Not sure why the Chesterfield man went down there. Didn't look injured, as all is just limping around a little bit. Has possession now and seems to be moving freely again now. Does all, which I'll run you through the two sides again in in a minute or so, as we've played 2 minutes of the second half. Chesterfield trail by 4 goals to 0 against Premier League leaders Chelsea. So it's Bettinelli in goal for Chelsea. Saar, Christensen and all the back three. Ziyech, Niguez, Loftus-Cheek and Hudson-Odoi in midfield. Just we'll break up for a moment. Just Havertz guessing behind there. He's one of the other subs who have come on. Then it's Pulisic, Werner and Havertz up front now for Thomas Tuchel's men. The bench remains of Kepa, Jorginho, Barkley, Baker, Simmons, Vale, Webster. As for Chesterfield, their team now is Lurch in goal, Kerr, Gunning and Kroll, Miller, Weston, Oleke and Whittle, Kellerman, Schmanga and Mandeville. Now for Chesterfield is their front line as the throw-in is given to Chelsea in front of James Rowe, the Chesterfield manager who's watching on. The Chesterfield subs then is Maguire, Asante, Minter, McCaw, Tyson, Grimes and Payne. And here comes Hudson-Odoi for Chelsea, coming forward towards the inside of halfway. Now Ziyech, where's 1, 2 and 3, saved by the keeper, comes back largely. Havertz's shot is blocked by the defender there, which is Gunning, who's gone down. I'm just looking at this Ziyech effort again, wonderful work, and then a fantastic save by Lurch, and then Gunning's block right on the side of his rib, and I think he whacked him in his head, and then when he landed on one of his ribs. The physio just helped him off there. Here is Christensen as Chelsea have possession, as they was in possession of the ball when the play was continuing. There's Lawrence Maguire, the brother of Harry, as I mentioned earlier at the top of the programme. With the team news, he's just warming up there. Missed the last 8 matches for Chesterfield there, injured. We're looking to get back amongst that. When he is available to. Chelsea lead by 4 goals to 0. He's Loftus-Cheek into Christian Pulisic. Pulisic still going. Wonderful challenge. Comes into adverse. Free kick. Advantages played by Gillett, who thought it was a dangerous challenge there. Is Ziyech. The cross in headed away as Havertz were coming around the back. Cullen is out by his teammate. Oleke out wide now. Here's Mandeville. Good work from Mandeville. Cuts inside. Still going Mandeville. Good ball out wide it goes. Here. Oleke. Good play. Down the line it goes. And it's behind for a goal kick. And that's a good bit of play from Chesterfield. Almost a promising end to that attack. Oleke almost ran into that. And it's behind for a goal kick. So So picks up possession. Good ball down the line. Here, Vernon towards Havertz. At the tightest of angles, and Fraser came across there to defend well. As Vernon almost set up Havertz in there, as Kerr managed to get across and make sure that didn't happen and make sure Lodge was able to clear. Who now kicks long out to his hands, bounces twice, and that's come off a Chelsea man. He's going out for a throw to Chesterfield, and that kick there from Lodge was like what you do in a rugby kick, where you kick it from all the way from the back straight into touch, but as far away from your end as possible. It's in line with the Chelsea penalty, just outside the Chelsea penalty area, but Chelsea having to do some defending. Okaleka there now. Fourth season, Chesterfield have been outside the Football League in this, which is this season that we're in now. As Havertz coming forward for Chelsea, is still going. Is Ziyech. Now it's Loftus-Cheek. Now it's Pulisic. Pulisic goes down. And the referee gives a penalty. It's a penalty to Chelsea. Christian Pulisic. And he's conceded by Miller, the substitute. And Mark Connors is two goals in the first half. Avioval 2-0 down at the break against Bournemouth. But here at Stamford Bridge, it's a penalty to Chelsea. Just looking at this again, it's definitely a penalty. Referee had no choice. Well, yeah, you could say it's a bit soft. Could be chance of a goal. Hakim Ziyech with Chelsea's normal penalty taker Jorginho on the bench this evening. Here's Ziyech, and he's into the back of the net by Hakim Ziyech, and it's Chelsea 5, Chesterfield 0. I was about to say it was saved as Scott Lodge got a fingertip to it, but Ziyech's goal strike was powerful enough to beat the stretched arm of Scott Lodge, who got a fingertip to it as we watch this again from behind the goal here. And to it, couldn't keep it out. And Chelsea are 5-0 up against Chesterfield now on the Spyrites. It stays facing down the barrel of an embarrassing afternoon here at Stamford Bridge, I'm afraid to say. If there's any Spyrite fans listening. Just seeing the penalty incident again, guys, and when you look at it, it was a penalty. It was a penalty. I have to say, that's Hakim Ziyech from the spot. 10 minutes into the second half, but Chesterfield battling well here. As here is Kellerman. Kellerman to Shumanga. To Shumanga now. Back to Mandeville, who's striking on goal was well wide in the end. As now here is Chelsea coming forward again. Is 5-0 their lead. Lovely play down the line. He's had to play for a throw to Chesterfield. Over on that far side, as they attack from right to left in this second half as we watch here. James Rowe there is watching on. Looks like Chesterfield might be making a change or so, because I've just seen one of the assistants mouth down to some of them saying 3 minutes as Lewis Baker, I believe that was the man there, getting ready to come on for Chelsea in a minute or so. The midfielder who spent a spell on loan with Leeds United recently is getting ready to come on for the Blues of Chelsea, as is Mandeville. So he gets it past him and in towards penalty area. Kellerman's there on this near side as he in towards the penalty area now. He can't win Chesterfield a corner, but push pressure on Pulisic, who can get it away. Or to Kai Havertz. Everyone in the same standing up. There's a double change for Chelsea coming off. First sub sees Christian Pulisic is replaced by Harvey Vale, who's coming on. Big sub for Harvey Vale, making his Chelsea debut. Big sub, big chance for Lewis Baker as Christiansen, one of the goal scorers for Chelsea, makes way for Baker. He's 26, Lewis Baker, and I can just tell you this is his second appearance for Chelsea. Second appearance for Chelsea. For Lewis Baker for Chelsea. As Chesterfield fans sing 5-0, you still don't sing. As I can tell you guys, there has been no noise whatsoever in this stadium from Chelsea fans at all today. Only time you've heard them is when goals have gone in or Chelsea go close to scoring. Baker, with his first touches, he almost stumbled. Chesterfield looks set to make another change with Jamie Grimes about to come on. No appearance then today for Lawrence Maguire. Up to 5 substitutes in this competition can be made. As Chesterfield make a substitution, sees Jamie Grimes come on for Gavin Gunning, who is being replaced. And Jamie Grimes is now coming on for the Spyrites. As we watch this game unfold, it's Chelsea 5, Chesterfield 0. Here's Vale for Chelsea into all. The two youngsters combined there, and looks like Lewis Baker has gone into a back as part of a back three for Chelsea and playing on the right centre back of the three. As here's Havertz back into Sarr, and Sarr will look up and find down the line it goes. Love the turn from Ziet. From Vale, should I say, as he can't go in there. Just Shumanga can't get there. It's all flicks it over his head to sort of head it into the path of Bettinelli, who throws out looking for Lewis Baker. And now here is Baker. Good ball inside. So the guys gets there. Ball flick forward from Chesterfield. Lovely control from Mandeville. Crowley was who got that ball clear for all the Spyrites. We've played 61 minutes now, so any of the final guesses before I tell you why I had the half-time interval? Just let me know if you want to have a guess. It's Joe Quigley post one back for Yeovil. Yeovil Town 1, Bournemouth 2 now, so could they come back beyond there? As here is Kellerman. Kellerman is says Ruben Loftus-Cheek foul, but no free kick there. Is the edge. Ziyech into Aretz. Shot blocked. Comes through to the doy. Werner. Werner goes for goal, and I'm just looking where the goal is because with the effort, it went up and wide and across, going towards the corner flag. I didn't realise the goal had moved across there. Werner. No, I'm just saying it is still in the middle where I thought it was. As Chelsea fans and Chesterfield fans just getting behind their team this evening. And like the 5-0 down and they're still singing and getting behind their team. It's their day out for them. Just for making another change very, very soon, I understand. Try and see if we can get the wind of who's going to come on as we see this game unfold here. Chelsea 5, Chesterfield 0 is the scoreline. And it's across to Baker from Bettinelli, who'll keep the ball in play there. Chelsea have got one more change to make. No, they've got two more changes to make, Chelsea. Chesterfield have got some changes left to make as well. As Vale almost gaining for Chelsea against Chesterfield as Mandeville is penalised for a foul on Baker. And that's a free kick to Chelsea's. Chesterfield make their change. We see Kellerman come off and he's replaced by Asante. Asante just getting last minute instructions there before actually coming onto the field. I'm just seeing the confirmation there on my screen as we see Callum Hudson-Odoi coming off. And Hudson-Odoi, who scored the second of the 5 with a wonderful curling effort, is replaced by Ross Barkley, who comes on to the field now, and Ross Barkley will back from a bit of injuries. 6 minutes gone, and I can tell you at half time I had a sandwich. A chicken sandwich at half time. Very nice it was too. As a confirmation of the Chelsea sub has just been and confirmed on the screen there. Chelsea have used all 5 of their subs now. Chesterfield have used 4 of their 5. Here's Asante. But Chesterfield trying to come away with possession. It's still 5-0 to Chelsea. And it's been a sorry afternoon for Chesterfield, the National League leaders, who are leading by 5 goals. Well, trailing by 5 goals to nil, should I say. You can clip that one as well, Chesterfield fans, if you want. Said you're leading. As that almost was a 6th goal for Chelsea, was Barkley just on the field and almost curling one in. And Ross Barkley cut back inside and bang one just round the far post. Not too far wide, in fact, either from Ross Barkley, who was into the crowd where the fan pushed it up in the air before catching it to the second attempt to give it back to Loach. As Chelsea lead by 5 goals to nil, 67 minutes on the clock here. It's played down the line. And Loach gets the ball clear. Good play. Good bit of work here. And Chesterfield lead. Chesterfield trail, should I say, by 5 goals to nil. And was the Chesterfield lead by 5 goals to nil. There's a man down for Chesterfield. And it's the number 12. It's number 32, Fraser Kay. It looked like from the angle it was just showed, it said 1 and 2 on his shorts. It was 3 and 2. Fraser Kay wearing number 32 today. Like he has all season as well. And Chesterfield man has gone down and has stayed down injured to Shamanga. And he's the one who's been fouled for giving a free kick against on Son. It was a foul though. It was definitely a free kick to Chelsea in the end though. Judging by the replay from having seen it again on first viewing, it looked like a free kick to Chelsea. To Chesterfield, should I say, not Chelsea, but the replay showed Jack Gallagher spot on, and that should be a free kick to Chesterfield because yes, Loftus-Cheek was going down, yes, he was being fouled, Ruben Loftus-Cheek there, but the whistle didn't go until after Loftus-Cheek made sure no Chesterfield couldn't get the ball by picking the ball up. And I'm not 100% sure the referee was going to give a free kick in the end. I think he meant we've just play on until Hudson-Odoi got hold of the ball. George Friend has seen red for a second, yellow for Birmingham City. They are still joined by nil. Still drawing 0-0 with Plymouth, I am told. We'll keep you up to date with all of the action. Everton have been pegged back. It's now Hull City 2, Everton 2. Ryan Longman on 71 minutes with the goal there to tell you about. As we watch this game unfold. as Chesterfield sees their sub, another sub as Lawrence Maguire. The brother of Harry Maguire comes on. Manny Leclerc. Okay, there comes on as Lawrence Maguire. The brother of Harry comes on for Chesterfield. And Chesterfield into the side net, and I thought that was going to be Chesterfield's goal. As we look at this effort, it's into the side netting from Fraser Kerr. He was almost in there, the right back, or right centre back, should I say, for Chesterfield to give the Spires fans something to cheer this afternoon or evening or morning, depending where you are listening to us around the world today. If you are listening to us, wherever you are, thank you very much. But Chesterfield almost coming forward again. Is cleared away by Chelsea. That was. Here's All. Will just does well to keep the ball in place. Now got Crampton. He's off the field of play. He's back on with Crampton. Goes down, and the ball is knocked out of play by Saw. And Saw put it out of play. You just see this here when the it pulls up just before he played it down the line. There the Chelsea player All remains on the ground. Werner helping him get rid of his cramp, and then Werner and Saul had to help him on. He's had to go off the field there. As All, Chelsea temporarily down to 10 men. As Tushamango getting in the way of one of his teammates there. I think it might have been Maguire who almost getting in the way of. Chelsea still down to 10 men. All 5 subs have been made. He's back on now, All. We wonder if we have to go off. He's labouring around the pitch at the moment. He's in the ball towards Werner. Across 12 versus 6. With a flag. He's up for offside. Against Timo Werner. And if we have a look here, if this is the correct call, just offside in the correct call to disallow a goal there, and the linesman on this near side does the right thing to pull the flag up. And it's Locha will do this free kick. All is pushing Asante there. So Asante runs away from the young Chelsea left wing back, left centre back. He's played in a number of those positions I've mentioned today at times, especially when Christensen's been on. He's been a left back, then left centre back when they've gone to a 3, and then they've been with a left wing back at times as well. Swansea have a goal back against Southampton. Says 7 minutes gone in that game. It's Swansea 1, Southampton 1. Joel Piru with the goal there on 77 minutes. Whittle will leave the throw to Kerr, who will look to launch one in towards that penalty area. There's players up from the back. He's saying he can't reach there where some of the players were, so he has to go short in the end. Mandeville gets a shot in on goal and is saved down the throat of Bettinelli in the end from Liam Mandeville. It was a same shot in the end from Liam Mandeville, the Chesterfield substitute. And there's a free kick now to Chelsea. As we watch this game unfold. Here's the edge into Loftus-Cheek after his shot was blocked. In towards the penalty area now is Averse, round one. Chesterfield man goes down. Free kick there. Kerr does well there to win the free kick for Chesterfield. As we come towards the final 11 or so minutes. And it was Alex Whittle who did well in the entrance there. And he did well to win that free kick and stemmed a bit of pressure that was put on his side. Swansea 1, Southampton 1. Is that scoreline? If you've Joe Peru on 77 minutes. If you've I'm not 100% sure if I mentioned that one. Chesterfield trail by 5 goals to 0. No more said it again, guys. So Chesterfield fans go to clip it. 5 Chelsea nil here. And Schmanga, can he go? Should go for Chelsea. Chesterfield, Joseph, Asante! And Chesterfield have scored at Stamford Bridge. Asante has scored and it's Chelsea 5, Chesterfield 1. Chesterfield have finally got their goal, which their performance really does deserve. They've put a great performance in. They've had chances. And Chesterfield fans behind that goal have something to cheer. It's Asante with it. It's Chelsea 5, Chesterfield 1. And surely, with 10 minutes to go, the comeback's not on, is it? Chesterfield can't, can they? What a wonderful play from Schmanga. What fast ball pass to, shot saved, and then through the legs. Then Asante puts the ball in to the back of the net. Chesterfield. Mandeville was arms open alongside Aquas. Asante stood aside of him, and he celebrated before the ball had even in the back of the net. There did Liam Mandeville, arms aloft. He knew that had gone in, but Asante has put one back for Chesterfield. It's Chelsea 5, Chesterfield 1 now, and surely Chesterfield can't come back and get a surprise win, can they? I don't think they will, guys, but strange things have happened in football. We could go to extra time if Chesterfield score 4 more goals in about 9 or so minutes, plus stoppage time. Highly unlikely. But like I said, stranger things have happened. But what a moment for Chesterfield. And what a moment for Asante to score at Stamford Bridge against a Premier League side in the FA Cup third round tie. All of these Chesterfield players would have dreamed of scoring at Stamford Bridge at one point in their career. And Asante has only gone and done that today for Chesterfield. he has been causing them problems when it's come on as a Sante, and he couldn't really finish from where he was, guys, to be fair with you. If he had done, he would have wanted the ground to open up and swallow him. Here is Loftus Cheek. Good work from Ruben Loftus Cheek there to keep possession for Chelsea. Here's Baker across to all who's coming forward. Good play this as Chelsea lead by 5-1. As we watch this game unfold, as that ball is all the way through to the path of Scott Loach in the Chesterfield goal. And Chesterfield fans singing "I'm Spyrice Till I Die" as a man down for Chesterfield now. They have made all their 5 subs, but they've got a man down. But the Chesterfield fans are enjoying their moment in the limelight at Stamford Bridge. They've scored a goal in front of their own fans. They've seen their team score at Stamford Bridge. The National League leaders through Akwasi Asante. If you're just joining us, and Jimmy Rowe looks delighted after that goal from Chesterfield, and the Chesterfield fans went absolutely bonkers. Let me tell you, when Asante pulled that ball in. The man down is Alex Whittle, who's gone down injured for the Spy James Rowe is watching on in this. And that goal from Asante, guys, I've just found out through my earpiece. I've got just been finding out that goal for Asante was his first goal since March 2020. Since March of 2020, that was his first goal. Here is all who is keeping on the possession well for Chelsea. And is Chelsea knocking the ball round well. Whittle is back on the pitch and moving freely, I can tell you guys. So he does have to go off if you're listening. Any Spyro fans listening is as Bournemouth now lead by 3-1. Emiliano Marcondes on 70 minutes with the goal there. Chesterfield have a goal at Stamford Bridge. If you're just joining us, it's Chelsea 5, Chesterfield 1 with less than 5 minutes to go. Can the Spyrites pull another few goals back before the end of the game and score more goals at Stamford Bridge? I wonder. I doubt it, mind you, but you never know, guys. You never know here. And a foul shot coming in the end from Vale. Who tried to dink across in towards the just middle of the goal box. With Chesterfield keeper Loach ready well. It's 86 minutes gone and almost time for me to announce who my player of the match is going to be. And I've got someone in mind, and you're going to be, let's say you'll be surprised to know that he's not gone to a player on the winning side. Normally, player of the match goes to a player from the winning side, but for me, I've gone what some may call a bit left field in my choice, and I'll announce that in a second. It's Chesterfield. Con, keep all those. Is Ross Barkley away for Chelsea. He's got Werner in support. Werner inside the penalty. Timo Werner. Loftus-Cheek gets out of the way. Tees up Loftus-Cheek. And Chelsea survive. Chesterfield survive. And now Chesterfield can break here now. And now here's Mandeville. Ball forward, given away. Have the Spires given the ball their last chance to get more goals from this away. Ball is given away from by Mandeville this time in the year is Havertz. Here's Barkley. Back into Havertz. Wonderful challenge back there by Lawrence Maguire, I think it was. It was made by Fraser Kerr in the end, should I say. And to your player of the match has gone to Chesterfield's number 19, Kabango Tishimanga, and the striker for the Spirites has put himself about a bit, caused Chelsea a few problems. Yes, he's looked good when he's got the ball. Yes, he's not really had much of the ball, but when he has got the ball, it's caused a few problems, and he was involved with the goal for the Spirites in the second half here at Stamford Bridge, which is their only goal and looks like a consolation goal in this game. Is Chelsea 5, Chesterfield 1, but Kabango Tishimanga is the player of the match. Fantastic performance from him as we see Chesterfield piling on the pressure. As we watch on here. In this game. As we watch this match unfold, shall we? Yeah, in towards the penalty, and it's saved in the end by Loaches. Chelsea almost in for a sixth in the end, but Kushapangu almost getting in there for the Spires. I'm wondering if there'll be any stoppages at the end of this game. Still 2-2 between Hull and Everton. It's still 1-1 between Swans in the Swansea game, in their game against Southampton. Coming towards the end of that match. As we enter 3 minutes of stoppage time, here's a free kick to Chelsea on the right of centre. A foul on Hudson-Odoi. A foul on Werner, should I say, is the edge over this. Birmingham 0, Plymouth 0. Birmingham, to mention, down to 10 men. You know the Chelsea score is 2-2 Hull and Everton. See Ziyech about to take this free kick for Chelsea. Hakim Ziyech, edge of the penalty area. Like 25 yards out. Ziyech! Oh, just wide. All that was in there for Chelsea, make it 6. It was just wide from Hakim Ziyech in the end. Southampton, Swansea 1, Southampton 1. And we've got about 10 minutes to go. Yeovil 1, Bournemouth 3. In the end. There, as we watch this game unfold, we've got about a minute or so left to play. We've got 30 seconds left to play now. Chelsea 5, Chesterfield 1, and it's Going to be all over the FA Cup dream for Chesterfield. It's going to be all over tonight. As here's Ziyech. Still going Ziyech. Shot saved by Loach and it's cleared away at the near post by the Chesterfield defence. And Loach has made some good saves. He was in contention. Could have gone for any of the Chelsea scorers as well. They've all played brilliantly for man of the match today as well. But the Chesterfield striker Kabongo Chimanga has been given my player of the match as we see Chesterfield come forward for one last time at Stamford Bridge. He's had a play for a throw, come off Loftus Cheek in the end. Final 15 seconds into the final 10 seconds now. Chelsea just running down the clock. The full-time whistle will go very shortly. There's going to be a long throw. Is there, or will it go to Asante? The Curtis Weston, the now got the armband on for the Spirites. It's a long throw in towards the penalty area. Flicked on the near post and away by Chelsea. And there goes the full-time whistle. The end of the road in the FA Cup for Chesterfield. And Chesterfield putting a brave performance in the end. But goals from Timo Werner, Callum Hudson-Odoi, Romelu Lukaku and Andres Christensen in the first half set Chelsea well on their way. Hakim Ziyech then scored a penalty 10 minutes after the restart, putting the game further beyond doubt in Chelsea's favour. And Chesterfield's got a goal later on through Akwasa Asante with 10 minutes to go. But it wasn't enough for James Rowe's side, who bow out of the FA Cup at the third round stage at Stamford Bridge. All over there, and thank you very much for listening. This is the commentary hub. It's finished Chelsea 5, Chesterfield 1.
And this is JB. Thank you to RV for a good commentary. I'm glad the Chesterfield scored. It was a tap-in the end, but an easy finish. And Chesterfield lead with pride. Let me just remind you the goal scorers once again. Werner on 6, Hudson-Odoi on 18, Lukaku 20. They were 3 up in 20 minutes. Christensen then made it 4 on 39. Ziyech got a penalty, made it 10 minutes into the second half. But Asante, 10 minutes from the end, gave them the nearly 6,000 Chesterfield fans something to take home and cheer about. And well done to them. Gave the team, never stopped cheering throughout the whole thing. And that's what the FA Cup is all about. Elsewhere at the moment, Hull City 2, Everton 2. We're into the 5 minutes of stoppage time there. As regards Swansea and Southampton, that's now going to extra time. One apiece at the end of that 90 minutes. We'll have extra time coming up there. And it looks as if Bournemouth are going to not be a victim of Yeovil's cup exploits. Yeovil have knocked out so many league teams. As a non-league side, I don't think they're going to add Bournemouth to that long list of scouts this evening. So 3-1 to Bournemouth, Birmingham 0, Plymouth 0. The goal scorers in the old game at the moment, it's still going on. Smith 1, Smith scoring after 1 minute. Gray with the equaliser on 21. Then 10 minutes later on 31, Andre Gomez for Everton. Longman equalised 20 minutes from time. They're still playing, but it looks as if that game is going to go to extra time at the K-Con Stadium. As for the Swansea game, well, that's going to extra time. They were down to 10 minutes, Southampton. Valerie was sent off on a half hour after Redmond had put Southampton ahead. Pyro has equalised 13 minutes from the end. That game now is now going to extra time. And we're still playing at Holton, and we're still playing at Birmingham as well, I believe, where they've played nearly 6 minutes of stoppage time. As regards the Yeovil game, well, McCondy's got a hat-trick on 19, 43 and 70. Quigley pulled a goal back for Yeovil Town, who knocked out Stevenage in the last round to get them this far, but it doesn't look as if Yeovil are going to get that shot they so desperately wanted. So So that's the situation. 2 games now, 3 games going to extra time, and that is the situation. Other results: Burnley are knocked out by Huddersfield. Wayne Rooney's Derby have been knocked out. Middlesbrough through, Fulham through. Crystal Palace beating Millwall, as you heard earlier. Apologies as well to our YouTube viewers. For some reason, we were blacked out, but we've been live on Twitch the whole night, so I hope you've enjoyed us on Twitch, at least. Boreham Wood are through, and so too are Leicester and Kidderminster Harriers. The biggest shock really was at St James's Park, where Newcastle, who have been taken over, spent a lot of money on Kieran Trippier, bringing him to the club, making him one of the highest paid players. Well, he made his debut, but was on the end of a massive shock. A goal from Joe Ironside, winning that one for Cambridge. Peterborough through and Rotherham out. Sadly, 8-7 on penalties to QPR. Jordan Archer making a save. Brighton are through 2, and Wigan have knocked out Blackburn Rovers 3-2. So Birmingham, the games at Birmingham, Hull and Swansea all going to extra time, as we will leave you in a few minutes' time. Tomorrow, let's see what we've got coming up tomorrow. So these are the games that we're going to be featuring tomorrow, plus the draw. There is so these are the fixtures tomorrow. Luton Town against Harrogate Town. That's at 12:30 at Kenilworth Road, and then there's a massive. There's about 7 2:00 kickoffs. For Cardiff City against Preston North End, Charlton Athletic against Norwich City, Liverpool against Shrewsbury Town at Anfield, Stoke City against Leyton Orient at the Bet365. Used to be the Britannia. Morecambe go to the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. What a tie that is for them, and good luck to Morecambe. The Shrimps go to Tottenham tomorrow. West Ham against Leeds, and all Premier League, and Wolves against Sheffield United. And then our main match tomorrow night, 5:10 in the evening, Nottingham Forest against Arsenal. Before then, we'll have the draw for the 4th round of the FA Cup, hopefully back on all TCL platforms. As I say, massive apologies if you didn't hear us on YouTube this evening. We have been live on Twitch, though, and I hope you've enjoyed the broadcast and enjoyed our coverage today. So, no Scott for Chesterfield, I'm afraid. Beaten 5-1, but they've done the conference proud, they've done non-league football proud, and at least they've got a goal to take away from it all. We'll do it all again tomorrow with myself, Paul, Trevor and Russ, who will be hosting the draw. But from us, from all of us here at the TCL, I hope you enjoyed the action that we brought you today, and we'll see you all again tomorrow. From me, JB, and from Russ, take care, and we'll see you all again tomorrow, and we'll do it all again. Take care. Bye-bye.